If you are waiting to feel confident before you show up, take the leap, or commit to the thing you've been waiting for, you will be waiting for ever. Because confidence isn't a feeling, it's a pattern. It's a pattern that's built, doesn't just appear to you one day. It's one of those things that you kind of have to fake it until you make it. What up, team? I'm Caroline, sharing my golden nuggets, lived experience, the lovely life experience I've collected along the way in this beautiful process of unbecoming and returning home to the truest version of you. And today we're talking about why confidence isn't a feeling, it's a pattern. Again, it's not something you just wake up with, it's something that you build over time. It's not a certain mood. It's not a high vibe 24/7. It's not luck. It's the byproduct of repeated integrity, aligned action, and nervous system safety and expansion that takes you there. You don't feel your way into it, you act your way into it. I remember when I was transitioning out of a pretty tumultuous relationship and I was getting back into the gym. And before, when I was going with this partner at the time, I would often hide in the corner. I would cry. I would not take my clothes off. I would feel so insecure that couldn't work out next to him. I'd want to go home early. And so then when I left that relationship and I was really trying to rebuild the person that I know I am and going back to the gym after these months of body shame, of complete life dissatisfaction, like complete chaos level 300. I'm not even going to get into it, but it was bad. I didn't feel confident at all going back into the gym, but I went and I did one thing and I left proud. And then I went, I did two things, and then I went home and I felt proud. And then I went and I wore a sports bra and I did crunches on the ground in front of somebody else, even though it didn't feel good, even though it wasn't comfortable, even though I wasn't proud of the body that I was showing off or living in. But I did it, I survived, and then I went home proud. These moments weren't glamorous. I often cried before. I had to talk myself into it, observe all of these negative thoughts based upon the patterns that I was living in. But every single time I made a deposit into self-trust that I could do what I wanted to do, even when I didn't quote unquote feel like it or have the confidence, and walk out alive. And then it kept getting easier and easier and easier until I gained all of the courage and confidence needed to take it to the next level and go after my dreams of bodybuilding and jump into a sport I knew nothing about, with an end result of stepping on stage in minimal clothing. All of my money went towards it, all of my resources, all of my energy, most all of my time. And that's what we're talking about today. How I went from a place where I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror and feel okay to stepping on stage in little clothing and then coming out of it and still maintaining that feeling. There's a big myth around confidence being a mood. Most people think it's a vibe, something you have or you don't have, and that you have to constantly be in this feel good, high vibe state to have it. And as most things, whether it's a spirituality community, the mindset community, the fitness community, everything has a little bit of a shadow side. And some rhetoric that gets thrown around is if you're not high vibing, positive thoughts, 100% confidence all the time, then you're not actually there. And that is so far from the truth because confidence and positivity and rewiring your mindset to always look at the positive does not come first. It's the result of everything you do. And like most things, true sustained success or true change comes from repetition. There's a quote that I really love that is practice makes permanence. A lot of people say practice makes perfection. We all know that perfection is not true. If you follow me, you know imperfection is where I'd rather be. But repetition breeds what you do for the rest of your life, basically. So if you're wanting to feel confident and you think it is going to occur, it's a shift that happens instantly, it's something you finally get to, It's like waiting to feel strong before you go to the gym or waiting to feel skinny before you go on a diet. You get stronger by showing up. You lose weight by showing up every single day consistently. So, what the heck actually builds confidence? Confidence is the result of these small daily actions, and this is the important part, that align with your values. I'm going to say that again. Confidence is the result of small daily actions that align with your unique values, not the values of someone you saw on Instagram, not the values of the entire fitness community, not the values that you were raised with that your parents have that they passed along, your values. This is a little teaser. I'm creating something that's going to help you uncover your values a little bit more in the future. So if you are not in my email list, make sure you go to the show notes and sign up ASAP Rocky so that you can be the first to know when that drops. Because understanding your true values, what matters to you, is the foundation for all of this. Because then you show up in those values day in, day out, and that is how you build and ultimately reach a foundation of confidence, regardless of your season of life. Every single time you make a promise to yourself and you keep it, you stack self trust. And that is what confidence is. Confidence is self integrity, knowing that you will show up for you when you say you will because it matters to you. It includes getting rid of all of the facades of people pleasing, of trying to manipulate or change yourself to fit a certain mold, to get a certain thing. It's showing up with your values, stacking the self trust, and doing it every single day. Every time you follow through with what truly matters to you, your mind, body, and soul respond. Your nervous system learns that I can do hard things and survive because they matter to me. That confidence is built when your actions reflect the kind of person that you want to be, that you're becoming. And then it's a full identity-based integrity. Identity-based integrity. That is why understanding your core values, your genuine, authentic values, things that matter to you, regardless of your outside world, create that foundation so then you can build that identity-based integrity. So then you can show up as the person you want to be, when you say you will, how you say you want to, and do it time and time again. Have that undeniable integrity with self, then confidence comes. Now, I spoke about your nervous system learning this pattern because if your nervous system does not feel safe, you will interpret any action as danger, not growth, and becoming the person that you want to be. Confidence is not just mental. It's way deeper than the mindset. Yes, mindset is where we need to start, where we can start uncovering the layers, where we can start identifying what's yours and what's not yours. But it's not just mental, it's somatic. It's in your body. It's how regulated your body feels when you do X, Y, and Z, when you take the leap, when you do the new thing, which is why tools like breath work, aligned movement, not punishing yourself in the gym, aligned movement, and that intentional self-talk mindset work expand your capacity to feel safe in growth. Take somebody that you follow on Instagram that is continuously leveling up, right? Someone who like you just watch, you're like, gosh, their life just keeps getting freaking better and better while I feel like I'm staying the same. That is because that person is using that mind-body connection to expand their capacity to hold growth, built upon their unique values, created through self-integrity on those values, using these somatic and mental tools to help their body feel safe, know when to stop listening to the negative self-talk, so that next level up feels good to their body so they don't resort back into moments of self-sabotage or anything like that. I've gone through it on a previous podcast episode where if you don't feel safe and new, you're going to resort to self-sabotage, and that is going to become your baseline. And then it gets so unmanageable, so uncomfortable that you call it good enough. And we're not here for good enough. Good enough is what most people do. They white knuckle their way through, they overdrive their body's signals, and your nervous system doesn't build trust through that force. It builds it through safety. I've talked about my December show, December 2024 bodybuilding show, where I was forcing, led to more nervous system dysfunction, health got wacky because I was forcing, not building through safety. So again, it's not just mental, it's a full body mind connection where you need to utilize tools in a strategic manner based upon your unique values to hold bigger things. And if your body doesn't feel safe to it, if your mind is labeling it as unsafe, you are going to resort to what feels familiar. And what feels familiar and comfortable is not healthy and always good for you. It's just what your body and brain know. So put this into practice. Start daily confidence practices. Start small. One small promise every single day that you can do that is in line with what you truly want. If you want to start a business, what is one 5-minute thing you can start doing every single day? Teach your body and mind that it's safe, and then continue doing that. And then keep doing it to give yourself that self integrity to build the confidence. Foundation of it all is identifying and aligning your values before you take action. Yes, we're going to take action on things and then realize, oh, that actually didn't matter to me. And that's all part of the process. But if you start identifying those values first, you take out a ton of the guesswork. And again, make sure you are in my email list. Go to the show notes, put your email in there right now so that you can be the first to know when a resource is going to come out to help you do just this, identifying and aligning with your values before you take action. And then regulating your nervous system before these moments so that your body and mind learn that it's safe. Those somatic tools we talked about, breath work, movement, those things can look very different. Regulating your system on the mind body level, signal safety, do the thing, do it repeatedly, build confidence, and then you can stack the building blocks on a solid foundation. One huge, awesome daily practice to start getting deeply honest with yourself. And grab your journal, write this down. And I challenge you to do it a few times because we got to get to the deep layers to actually create real change. Ask yourself, where am I abandoning myself in the name of looking confident? Where am I abandoning myself in the name of looking confident? And I just want you to sit with that for a minute and again, journal on it a few times. The people pleaser in you, the human that's been conditioned to look outside of you for safety and reassurance, which is in your human makeup, so don't get mad at yourself, like knows how to look the part, but it's about being the part. And then we flip it on its head. What would real self-respect look like today? What would real self-respect look like today? And that is where you start, deep in the deep weeds of yourself. Because confidence isn't proving something. Confidence isn't manipulating and pushing yourself to a certain outcome to prove to yourself that you got it. That's what got me in the door with bodybuilding. I needed to prove to myself that I could be as freaking disciplined as those people I saw on stage. And then it morphed into this incredible journey. And then I had to go back a few steps to go even deeper, learn even more, which is great. That just means I have way more goodies for you guys. But confidence isn't built in proving and pushing, it's embodying. And now you can deeply understand what the word embodying means. Your true values, regulating your system to new, expanding your capacity to hold, continuing to do it to build integrity, and you're just going to keep leveling up. Because true confidence isn't loud. It isn't big, it isn't flashy. There are big and flashy moments when you're confident, but it's grounded. It's in the moments that nobody sees. I used to work as a group fitness instructor where I was on a mic. It was Orange Theory, if you're familiar with that boutique fitness workout. So the coach is on a mic. I'm doing the music. I'm yelling at 40 people in the room. There's three different groups of people. One's on a treadmill running at full speeds, one on a rower, one's on the weight floor. So I'm constantly having to time all three stations, give corrections so people don't hurt themselves, make sure people aren't going to fall off the treadmill, give the rowers instructions. There's a lot of things that are going on. And then I command the room to move it around. That was an awesome practice of confidence. Because if I didn't show up grounded and embodied with I know what to do, I know how to command this room, I know what the workout looks like today, it would be a freaking cluster F. It'd be such a disaster. And if I tried to prove my confidence with saying, this is what you do, this is what I know, without that grounded, I know energy, and I saw coaches do it, it never worked because it's not loud, it's grounded. And it leads to loud moments because then you keep leveling up and have these awesome opportunities, but it's not flashy. We all know those people that have all the designer Gucci bags or whether they're knockoff or real, but then they really have an empty bank account, low self-esteem. It's exactly what we're talking about. And another big key piece I want to leave you with, another huge golden nugget is confidence is not in the absence of fear. It's in the presence of self-trust, in the presence of self-integrity based upon your unique and genuine values, regulating your mind and body to feel safe, creating those action pieces, following through with them, surviving on the other side, and doing it again with the fear. Self-trust does not happen without fear. You have to go through the fear. It's like that fun little rabbit book that I read as a kid, where the rabbit's trying to get to the other side of this mucky lake. I don't remember what this is, so if you know what it is, send me a message. Where you can't go through or you can't go around it, you can't go above it, you can't go under it, so you have to go through it. That is how confidence is built, going through the fear. So take a breath. We went through a lot. Let this serve as your reminder that you don't need to feel confident to act. You need to act in alignment to build confidence. Start with that one promise based upon your genuine values. Sign up for my email list so you know when the resources are coming your way to get to that deepest foundation of yourself. One choice, one aligned action. Repeat it, regulate your body to it, and watch who you become. Do not go and try to change your entire life, get specific macros, a whole new workout plan, change your whole daily structure. One small aligned choice, rinse and repeat, and watch the Lego blocks build on a secure foundation. So stop waiting for confidence to arrive and start creating it today. One promise, one rep, one line action at a time. Join my waitlist, excuse me, my email list, so you know when the waitlist is out for my masterclass, because we're going to go deeper into it. And then I'm launching that resource I was teasing you about earlier, where you can unlock the deepest foundations of yourself. Identify where we need to rewire, how we can regulate, and become the person you want to be. Because you deserve to trust yourself again. You deserve to remember who you really are and act in alignment with that. With the fear, with the doubt, prove them wrong. Go get them, Tiger.